Hi guys, welcome back. I'm trying a little bit different format, so bear with me as I work out some of the kinks. So this is 9.2, and we are starting stem and leaf plots. So instead of just writing a list of data, we can put it in what we call a stem and leaf plot. A stem and leaf plot is a T-table with the tens place number on the left. Okay, so that would be in this kind of column here. That's the tens place. And then the ones place is on the right of our line. Okay. So this stem and leaf plot would represent the weight of students in a class. So let's just practice reading this again. So one person in the school weighs 55 pounds. Okay, so, whoops, no decimal. 55 pounds. Another one would weigh 75, right? It's a 75 from right here. Okay, and then another one would be 77, and then another 79. So again, remember we read this number right here as our tens place, and this is our ones. So we have a 75, a 77, and a 79. Okay, we'd also have an 82, an 83, an 84, an 88, and then an 89, and then a 90, and a 95. Okay, so hopefully that kind of reminds you how we read a stem and leaf plot. We can find the mean, median, mode, and range from this, just like we would before. So like the range would be 55 subtracted from 95. Okay, we could cross numbers out, right, and be like, okay, this. You just have to be careful when you're finding the median. Okay, and this would be, okay, between this would be an 82.5 would be our median. You're just crossing things off, just like what you've done before. Okay, you could find the mode, which in this case there isn't a mode because there's no repeating numbers. We're not just looking like, oh, there's two fives. We're saying, okay, this is 55 and 95, so those are not repeating numbers. But if there had been like another 9 right here, then we could have said 89 was our mode. We can find the mean by saying, okay, what's 55 plus 75 plus 77 plus 79? Just make sure you're adding up the total number. Okay, and we're going to practice that in some problems here, so let's get into one. Okay, so we have this set of data, okay, and we want to display it. Now, when I'm doing this, I'll look at my biggest number and my smallest number. So my smallest is 23, and my largest, I believe, is 70. Okay, so that's in the 20s and 70s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with 2 here, and then I'm going to write a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when we have our smallest number, we're going to start with that and go by ones all the way down to our biggest tens place. Okay. So let's start with 23. So I have a 3. And I have no other 20s, so that's good. I have no 30s, so I'm just not going to write anything there. And then I have 43 and 45. Now I'm going to write this in order. Okay, I'm not going to write the 5 first here, okay? We're going to write them in order, so if we have to find the mean, median, mode, things like that, it's already in order for us. So we took care of the 43 and 45. 50 just has a 0 here. Okay. 63 and 69 are our 60s, so 3, 9. Notice I'm separating them by just a simple comma here. Okay. And then I can cross this off, and 73 is my last one here, so it's just going to have a 3. Okay. Now let's say I would add like 100 to this number. So I would have a 10 here, which I would have my 8 and 9 really. And then I would add a 0 on, right? If I had like, take that off. If I had like 111 here, 111, I would have an 11 here and then a 1. Okay, just to kind of refresh yourself on how we would add things. If I had a number 1 here, okay, I would have a 0 and a 1. Okay, it would be, you know, right down here, but we don't have the space at this moment. So just some refresher things on how we fill in a stem and leaf plot, okay? All right, let's go to the next page here. Okay, so we have a list of students in each classroom. So this is the number of students in every class. Okay, we're going to put the information in a stem and leaf plot, then answer the following questions. So let's work on putting this information in a stem and leaf plot. And it looks like we have a bunch of 20s, we have a 30, some more 20s, 30s. So we're in the 20s and 30s for everybody. So I would put, I don't think we have any 10s. Oh, we do have one little 10 right there. So I'm going to have a 1, a 2, and a 3. Okay. So I'm going to look through each one of my problems until I hit a 10 here, which I believe is just the 19. So we're just going to have a number 1 here. Or I'm sorry, a number 9. I apologize. Can't speak today. Okay, and let's choose a different color just for fun. Okay, so we're looking at 20. So I would go through and I would see if there's any actual 20s. Okay, so we have 25, 28, Doesn't look like we have any 20s, but it looks like we got a couple 21s. So I see 2 21s. Now what I'm going to do, because I'm known to make errors, is I'm just going to leave a little bit of blank space right here, just in case I find a 20, as I'm going through. Okay? And then, let's see, are there any 22s? It looks like we got a 22 here. Any other ones? No other 22, so I'm going to put a 2. Okay, and then I'm looking for 23s, which I see 2 of them here. So, again, I'm going to leave just a little space in case I accidentally find a 22 scurrying somewhere else. I'm not seeing a 23. Okay, we're going to go for a 24. So I see 1, 2 24s. So again, 2 4s. And we got 25. And there's another 25 right at the front here. So I'm going to add another 5. I see a 26, and I just see one of those. I think I see a 27. So 26, 27. Whoops. Let's fix that right there. So we have a 6 and a 7. And looks like we have 2 28s. And again, leaving a little bit of space in between just so you can add some, especially if you have very cramped writing, is a good idea. And we already took care of our 19, so that should be crossed off. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3 29s, 4 29s. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 29s. Okay. And that 29's crossed off. So it looks like we have a 31, a 30, and a 32. So I'm going to have a 0, a 1, and a 2 here. Whoops, that was crazy 2 there. So we're going to have 30, 31, and my 32. Now I'm going to count my number just to make sure I got everybody. So I'm going to erase kind of my tick marks off here just so I make sure. So we're counting, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I should have 21 numbers. Now I'm going to save that number in the back of my head because we're going to need that to find the mean. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I've got the same amount of numbers. Hopefully they're the right ones. Okay. But that can help me kind of just stay in focus now. Alright, so now we're going to go back and answer all these questions. So it says, how many classes are there? Well, conveniently, we just did that, right? Checking ourselves. There are 21 classes, and we should always have a nice little label here. Okay, number 2, it says, what is the range? Well, take a second. How do we find the range of data? Well, as we learned the other day, we're going to do biggest minus smallest, and 32 minus 9. Think. What is it going to be, guys? Before I answer for you. That would be 23 classes. Okay, so I'm sorry, not classes, students, right? These are the number of students in the class. So the range in classes, from the smallest class to the biggest class is 23 students. That's a lot of different students. I'm sorry, that's not a 9. That would be a 29. Sorry, guys. This is why we got to be careful. So we all make mistakes, including myself. So the smallest number is a 19, not 9. Okay, so we're going to do 32 minus 19 is 13. So our range of students is 13 students. I apologize for that. Okay, hopefully you caught that mistake before I did. What is the most frequent class size? So what is the mode? Okay, so I'm looking to see what's kind of in common here. I see, 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 5s, but I'm seeing 4 9s. Okay, and I'm not seeing anything else with 4. So that would mean the mode is 29 students, because remember we need to take that number in front, our tens place number. Okay. Number 4, what is the median? Okay, so I'm going to use, and that's our Q2. So we'll cross off the 9, and then we're going to cross off the 2, the smallest and the biggest. And then I cross off the 1, and then I cross off the 1 here. Then I cross off another 1, and I cross off the 0. And then I go 2 back to 9. And then we're going to go back and forth here. So please, please, please be careful. okay, when you're doing this, that you're doing it in the right order, okay? And thankfully, it's a nice middle number. Now, this is where students can make an oops. They'll be like, oh, it's 6. But just like Miss Hawes made the oops earlier, it's actually 26. Okay, so the median class size is 26 students. Okay, now we are going to find the mean. So remember, if you recall doing mean from a while ago, we're going to add all the numbers and divide by the total number we have, which is conveniently 21. Okay, we added that up earlier. So off to the side, you can't see my calculator, but let's add it up and see what we get. I think I might be able to pause this video. Cancel. Cancel. Okay. We're going to add off to the side. So we have, I would probably just look at these numbers just because they're all in a nice line and you don't have to worry so much. So we have 25 plus 28 plus 27 plus 29 plus 24 plus 22 plus 30 plus 29 plus 32 plus 25 plus 26 plus 29 plus 21 plus 21 plus 31 plus 28 plus 19 plus 23 plus 24 plus 23 plus 29. So that gives me 545. Oops, let me write an actual pen here. And 545 divided by 21 is a nice 25.95. So that would be approximately 26. So the average class size is about 26 students. Since we really don't have 0.95 of a student, we can round that up to the nearest whole number. Okay, and label would be good. Okay, so that is fine.